Hello, this is biology time, and the name of our tuitions is ExamKey Tuitions. Okay, so don't forget, if you haven't yet signed up, don't forget to sign up on www.examkeytuitions.com. Okay, so our topic of today is the continuation of transportation in plants part 2. Okay, so I've drawn a plant itself and labeled major parts of it. Okay, so I've labeled the leaf, stem, soil, and the roots here, because these are the major things that we're going to need in our topic. Okay, so starting with, last time we discussed about the phloem and the xylem. We discussed about the phloem and the xylem. We said that xylem, it's responsible in transportation of water and dissolved minerals from the roots up to the up to the leaves where photosynthesis takes place. Okay, and I also emphasized that phloem, its major function is to transport manufactured food. Okay, if once the photosynthesis takes place, okay, the plant has already manufactured its own food, it needs to be used. Okay, it is needed in other part of the plant, meaning it's a function of the phloem to transport that manufactured food from the roots up to other part of the plant, meaning the direction of the xylem, it is moving from the plant upward, whereas the phloem, it moves downwards. Okay, so now the major subtitle is uptake and absorption of water and mineral salt. Okay, the question is, how is water absorbed in plant, and how are mineral salt absorbed in plant? Number one is we have to understand how a xylem work. Okay, after understanding how a xylem work, you also need to understand the processes that are involved in that transportation. All right, so here what you need to understand is water is being absorbed from the soil up to the roots with the help of root hair. All right, with the help of root hair. Okay, so now if you look at root hair, so now root hair, how does it do that? It does that through the process known as osmosis. In biology, we define osmosis as the movement of water particles, rather water molecules, from the higher concentration, from the region of high concentration to the region of lower concentration through semi-permeable, selective permeable membrane. Okay, meaning that water is concentrated in the soil here than in the roots here. Okay, that gives it the reason for water to move from where it's higher concentrated to the root hair where it's lower concentrated. That's how osmosis takes place. Okay, so now the other question is, how does mineral salt take place? Now, how does mineral salt now how is it involved, and how is it going to be dissolved? The mineral salt now is going to be transported with the help of process known as active transport. Okay, so now there are certain characteristics that gives the root hair its characteristic, rather its capability of it absorbing water. Okay, now what are they? Number one is that here I've given you a diagram of a root hair. Okay, I've given you a diagram of a root hair, and in biology you should know how to label of the root hair cells. You should know how to label a cell. Okay, this is a cell, this is a nucleus. Okay, this is a nucleus, and the nucleus, you should know that is the one that gives instructions in whatever is happening, in whatever that happens in a cell. Okay, then we have got a vacuole. Okay, we have got a vacuole, and you have cytoplasm, cell membrane, and a cell wall. Okay, but where is it different? This root hair is different from other cells, reason being that it has got elongated outgrowth. That's one of its character. That's one of its characteristic that gives it the ability to absorb water. Okay, it has got elongated outgrowth. Okay, then the other thing is that it has higher concentration of mitochondria. Get me correct, it has got higher concentration of mitochondria. Now, what is mitochondria? Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, meaning that's why the energy of the cell is being produced, meaning it has got the higher concentration of mitochondria because it needs a lot of energy to absorb water from the soil. Okay, the other thing is that it has the absence of chloroplast. Okay, now what is a chloroplast? A chloroplast, this is where the chlorophyll is being produced from, isn't it? That's how we find the chlorophyll. And the function of chlorophyll is that it absorbs right, now it converts right, okay, for the photosynthesis to take place. Now we don't need any chloroplast in the root hair cells, because there's no need for photosynthesis. This thing is already underground, meaning it doesn't have a chloroplast. Now, it not having a chloroplast, it means that it is going to have more room for what? For occupying, rather more room for absorption of what? Of water. Okay, so this next subtitle that we're going to look at, let's look at the movement of water from the hair cells up to the xylem. Remember, we said that the xylem, the starting point of the xylem, it starts from the roots, because that's where it gets the water and dissolved minerals, and they transport it up to the leaves. Now the question is, what happens within? How does water move? How does water move from the what? From the roots here up to the what? Up to the xylem. That's major question that we need to ask ourselves, and that's another question that you need to know as a grade 12 students. Okay, so now that you need to know that the water moves from the root hair to the xylem using a root known as apoplast. Okay, we have got this one, apoplast. Now the question is, what is apoplast? What apoplast? Apoplast is the process in which a substance moves from a cell to cell. From a cell wall to a cell wall. Cell wall to a cell wall. Okay, what do I mean? Here we have got our cell. Okay, imagine this is a cell and this is a cell wall. And we've got this is our cells in the xylem, and we've got another cell in the xylem, another cell in the xylem, and it goes like that. They make a chain that will go like that. Now the movement of water, where it moves, it crosses the cell wall from this side to the next cell wall, is what we call apoplast. Okay, the other way it will move, it will also use another process known as the symplast. Okay, known as the symplast. So now, what is a symplast? A symplast is when the water is moving from a cytoplasm to another cytoplasm. Okay, from a cytoplasm to the next cytoplasm up to. Okay, then we also have another process known as the vacuole. We have another process known as a vacuole. So vacuole is the movement of water molecules from one vacuole to another. Okay, so that's how actually water moves from the what? From the root hair up to the xylem tissue. All right, up to the xylem tissue. Now, the next thing that you need to know is, how does water moves from a cell to cell? Okay, water moves from a cell to cell. So, if you look at where this side, I've already given you what I was talking about. I've just made the summary of it. I've made that the movement of water from the root hair to the xylem, it moves using three processes known as apoplasty, symplasty, and the vacuole. Okay, these are the roots how it moves. known as a vacuum. Okay, then the other thing is you also need to know how does water moves from the xylem to the next xylem, from the plant. Sorry, how does water moves up to the plant? How does it move from this side now? It has already reached in the xylem. Okay, it has already reached in the xylem. Now how does it move upward in the plants? Okay, so now the theories, people who did microscopic viewing, they saw that water moves up to the plant through a continuous stream. What do I mean? I don't mean that when water is moving upward, it moves in a drop, like one drop, the other drop like this. Just like the way food moves from the mouth up to the stomach. Because when the food is moving from the mouth up to the stomach, it uses what you call bolus. They don't go in a continuous manner. They go as bolus, okay? But the way water moves from the roots, rather from the soil up to the plant, up to the leaves, it will move in a continuous stream. It's more like a line, just like this. So now, some people, you must just wonder, is it a miracle or what? My friend, it means that there are some special forces that are involved in this. There are some special forces that are involved in this. There are no politics about it. That's what you should know. So don't bring politics in biology. Biology is the study of living organism. Meaning, whatever that we study is something that lives and something that exists. We don't create. Okay? We are trying we just discover what has already been created. Okay? So now, welcome to the world of biology. We're still in the transportation plants. Okay, so now it moves in the continuous stream. Okay, so how do you call that this continuous stream? This continuous stream, it's known as transpiration. Transpiration is known as transpiration stream. It's known as transpiration stream. So it's known as transpiration stream. Okay, so now, what are those special forces that are involved? Okay, those special forces that are involved, which I'm talking about. Number one, I'm talking about transpiration. Okay. Number two, I'm talking about capillarity. Okay. Number three, I'm talking about blood pressure. Number four, I'm talking about guttation. So, in biology, it's about you understanding. It's about you knowing, not mastering. That's why we get it all wrong. Most of us, we just master instead of knowing what we are dealing with. Okay? We just master. So now we need to know the definitions of these things. We need to know the definition. It's very cardinal. So now, what is transpiration? Please, what is transpiration? Transpiration is defined as the diffusion of water vapor from the plant leaf to the atmosphere. Okay, so these are the plant leaves. Okay, this is our leaf. Once water diffuses from the leaves up to the atmosphere around, that's what you call transpiration. So if water leaves the plant, it means that it's allowing more room for the water which is coming from the roots up to the leaves. Once it leaves, it means that it has just allowed another water to go in. That's the reason why it's one of the special forces that is involved in the continuous stream. All right. So now you need to know that this water have to move through the stomata. What is the stomata, guys? If you get the leaf, then you put it under the microscope, you are going to find that the leaves, it has got some balls. Those balls, they are made of cells. They are made of cells that are like this. Okay? They are like this. They are made of cells, just two cells. Okay? Just two cells, which are known as guard cells. Okay, guard cells. What a wonderful topic. This topic is so nice. Okay, known as guard cells. Okay, so now Guard cells, what they do is once they cross, it means water won't move. But when they open, it allows the movement of what? Of water. No politics about it, my friend. No politics about it. Okay, so now let's look at capillarity. Okay, what is capillarity? Capillarity is the movement of water into the narrow tubes, or opening as a result of two things: either cohesion or what? Adhesion. Either cohesion or adhesion. Now the question is, what is cohesion? Cohesion, my friend, cohesion is the attractive force between two molecules. Rather, is the attractive force between the molecules of the same kind. Molecules of what? Of the same kind. Whilst the adhesion is the positive. It's just a positive of it. Meaning is the attractive force between molecules of what? Of different kinds. Okay? That's how we define these. Now they are under what? They are under capillaries. Okay? Meaning is the movement of water between the narrow tubes. Narrow tubes, I repeat, narrow tubes. Okay? Number 4, we are going to discuss what known as root pressure. What is root pressure? What is root pressure? Now, okay, just from the word itself, we have got the roots. And there is pressure. So what do you think would be the root pressure? Root pressure is defined as the pressure created in a xylem due to osmotic gain of water by the roots. What is an osmotic gain? Okay, an osmotic gain is a gaining of water due to the fact that where there were lower concentration of water molecules, it is like the molecules are coming on your way because of you have got the lower concentration of water molecules. For example, if I've got this cell and another cell, okay, these are water molecules. This has got the less water molecule, and this one has got what? Has got the higher water molecules. What happens is that this water molecule, it will move from the region of high concentration to the what? To the region of low concentration. Meaning this one it will gain. Okay? Meaning this one to gain. It will gain so that this side is balanced. Then that gaining is the one which you call osmotic gain. Okay? My friend, we are not giving food for thought here. Okay? They always say, don't give a child a fish, but teach that child how to fish. So today, I want you to go and research on this last process known as guttation. Research and make sure that you do your homework, and don't forget to subscribe on Ladder Sign with us on www.examkeytuitions.com. Thank you so much.